always, welcome to our regular monthly Isla Vista Community Network meeting. Today is, I just noticed I have the wrong date on the agenda, but today is Thursday, May 12th. We will begin by welcoming and doing the land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge that this meeting is being held on the traditional lands of the Chumash people and pay our respects to elders, both past and present. We honor the traditional territory as well as the story and contributions of the Chumash people to the land upon which we gather and create. And by ways of starting us off in introductions, my name is Diana Collins Fuente. I serve as the Director of Community Affairs, Student Development, and Leadership for AS, which is essentially Community Affairs and Governmental Affairs. And I will pass the mic on to Viviana.
Hello, Viviana Marzano, Director of Civic and Community Engagement, Isla Vista Liaison, and Senior Advisor to Campus Orgs.
Thank you, Viviana. And always as a reminder, if you have any quick updates, please go ahead and jump right in there with those as well. Now I will go on to Kirsten, and after that, Spencer.
Hi, everyone. Kirsten Deschler. I'm in my office. It's not fake. It's real. I'm not happy. No. So I'm Director of Government Relations here on campus, and then also on the Isla Vista Community Services District Board.
Great. Thank you so much, Kirsten. And Spencer? Oh, and Kirsten, welcome back to your office. Yes.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you all. I'm in an office too, but I don't have a cool painting like Kirsten does. I'm Spencer Brandt, the president of the Isla Vista Community Services District. Great to see you all.
Thank you so much, Spencer. And then Kim, and after that, Shannon.
Hi, everyone. Kim Ekwanoa, she, her, and I'm an Associate Dean of Student Life at UCSB. Good to see you all.
Thank you so much, Kim, Shannon, and then IVRPD.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shannon. I'm the outgoing External Vice President for Local Affairs at Associate Students. Unfortunately, Haley can't be here today, but she will be at the next meeting.
Thank you, Shannon. IVRPD, and then Bea.
Hi, Luis Valerio, Assistant General Manager, Isla Vista Rec and Park District. And then I also just want to introduce our new CFO, Catherine Firestein.
Great, congratulations. Oh, there you are.
Hello, I'm Katie, or Catherine is the more proper way, but I just got hired onto the team. So it's second week, but really excited to start and be a part of the group.
Katie, welcome to IV. Do you want to give us maybe just a quick introduction to yourself, where you come from, if you've been from part of Isla Vista before?
Yeah, so I moved up here to Goleta in 2016. I went to UCSB and graduated in financial math and stats. And then I've just been in the area. I worked at UCSB this whole past year. I worked in the accounting office at Figueroa Mountain Brewing, just in a number of financial positions around the area. So I love Santa Barbara, Isla Vista, the whole area. So I plan on staying here. I'm from the Victorville area, so it's a lot prettier up here than it is down there.
Very nice. Well, welcome, and we look forward to getting to know you. And please know that if you need anything from this group, this is a great group to get all kinds of information from and get your orientation into Isla Vista. But of course, as a UCSB grad and UCSB employee, you, I'm sure, already know lots and lots about the workings of this place. But in any case, we're here to support you in your onboarding in any way that we can.
Great, thank you. Absolutely.
So moving on from IVRPD, I will call on Sydney, followed by Maya.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Sydney Kassler, Community Engagement Director for Isla Vista Community Services District.
Thank you, Sydney. Maya, and then Bea.
Hi, everyone. I am Maya. I am the Community Spaces Program Manager for the Isla Vista Community Services District, and I will have a presentation for you later, so I'll keep my intro pretty brief.
Thanks so much, Maya. Looking forward to that later on. Bea, and then Lisa Oglesby.
Hi, I'm Bella. I'm an officer for the Isla Vista Community Relations Committee.
Thank you, Bella. I'm so sorry. I keep giving you my niece's pronunciation of the name. Thank you so much. Lisa Oglesby and then Greg Hart.
Hi, everybody. Lisa Oglesby, Isla Vista Food Cooperative Board of Directors. I'm still sideways, even though I have it locked. Sorry, Jay.
One day.
Thank you, Lisa. And Greg Hart and then Leah.
Hi, did you want me to do a little update or later?
I have you on the slide once we do updates for the supervisor's office. So at 12 o'clock or so, we'll have some time for you just to do that.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see y'all.
Thank you so much, Greg. Leah and then Jay.
Hey, everyone. I am Leah, with or without video. Nice to see everybody. I'm with the pharmacy in Santa Barbara. Just here to listen and learn.
Thank you so much, Leah. Jay, and then Jackie.
Oh, my name is Jay Freeman. I'm on the board of the Isla Vista Community Services District, as well as the Local Agency Formation Commission. However, I am representing neither of those entities today. I'm here in my own personal capacity, and we have Lisa in landscape. It's amazing.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jay. Good job, Lisa. And then we'll move on to Jackie, followed by Chris.
Hi there, Jackie Curta, representing UC Santa Barbara Student Health, Alcohol and Drug Counseling, Education, Prevention, and Recovery Program.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jackie. And Chris, I think you're going to finish us off on introductions. Hi.
Good morning, everyone. Chris Henson with Supervisor Hart's office. Good to see you all.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much for all the rounds of intros. Did I miss anybody? We might still have a couple folks popping in, but it looks like I've got everyone. Wonderful. Okay, then to get started, again, welcome and happy Thursday to you all. If you have not seen the agenda yet, I did post a link to it at the top of this page, but if you joined us late, you might not be able to see that. So I am posting that here again. I also posted a sign up if you would like to do a spotlight on your organization or an effort that you're doing. Welcome you signing up for a future Ivcn meeting. That's like a 10 or 15 minute presentation for the work that you're doing. We have 2 of those happening today, so that's fabulous. And so then moving on with our updates, we will begin with the 2nd District Supervisor's Office. So Greg and Chris, if you're ready to take that away.
Yes, thank you so much. I have no idea what is going on with my shirt today. This is a normal clothes, but it's kind of amazing how it has this effect. But I'll have to remember that for future Zoom meetings. Mine 5-minute update starts with the Ivy Safe meeting that happened. I don't think it was yesterday. Actually, it was today, Thursday. Yes, it was yesterday. And I wasn't able to attend, but my staff did.
Tuesday.
Okay, there we go. And my staff attended, and there were representatives from the Sheriff's Department, the District Attorney's Office, the University of California Police Department, UCSB, the Isla Vista Community Services District, the Ivy Recreation and Park District, and other service providers and community leaders. And I think the Ivy Foot Patrol, if they are on today, will provide a more detail in their update, but I'm really encouraged to hear that the Foot Patrol and the county are working together to engage property owners on Del Playa in particular to address balcony and roof safety issues. Obviously, we had tragic death of a former UCSB alum not that long ago. And so engaging with property owners to remind them about their responsibilities about deck and roof safety issues is really top of mind. And the Foot Patrol and the County Fire are actively working on that. So hopefully they'll get the word out and landlords will take protective measures. Other good news is Public Works for the county has received a Measure A grant to add sidewalks on Camino Corto between Del Playa to Posado on the right-hand side of the road. So that's just an ongoing effort of County Public Works to try and get funding to improve the pedestrian network in Isla Vista, long overdue and really valuable public safety improvements. I personally was excited to stop by the Ivy Food Co-op's anniversary party. What a great event that was in the park. Really fun to see folks there celebrating. Lots of people and wonderful treats. Particularly loved the fresh strawberries that they had. And please just continue to use my office as a resource in any way that we can help. You got a great bunch of folks who are deeply connected to Isla Vista, me, Chris, Ashley, and Ethan, all. And so want to be a valuable resource to all of you in any way we can help. That's my report.
That is great. Thank you so much, Greg. Are there any questions for Supervisor Hart?
You too can get a shirt like this.
We want to know where. It looks great from over here. I don't know. Supervisor Hart, would you know when that grant for the development of the sidewalks on Camino Corto, when will that begin to be put into effect? When will that work?
I do not know that off the top of my head, but we could find that out and be willing to, happy to report that to you directly, and then we can report to the group. I don't think it's imminent, but it's soon. How's that for vague and imprecise?
Love it. Thank you so much. That's great. Then if there are no other questions for Supervisor Hart, then we will move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the report out from associated students in Isla Vista. And I will hand that over to Shannon Sweeney.
Hi, everyone. I think the biggest update is that I term out next Wednesday. So Haley Stankiewicz will be the next EVPLA. And there's a lot of you, I think we're still in the process of scheduling our intro meetings, but if you want to schedule an introductory meeting to meet Haley, just let me know. You can email and she'll have the same email as me, so still the EVPLA one. Just email me and we can get that figured out. We're trying to kind of like my goodbye meeting and her hello meeting. So that's my big update, as well as this weekend, there might be a lot more, I guess, foot traffic during the day on Sunday in Ivy because Program Board is having their extravaganza festival at Harder Stadium. So you might see a lot more people out and about.
Shannon, I want to say, go ahead.
No, I was thinking I should probably talk about May 23rd as well.
That would be great.
Let me just pull up the flyer.
And while you're doing that, for anyone that does not familiar with the election process for AS, Shannon serves in the role of External Vice President for Local Affairs, which is the elected office that represents all local affairs, the undergraduate student voice. And so the incoming, of course, person Hiley will be taking over that responsibility. And Shannon, if you have the time and the energy and you would like to tell us anything about the highlights for you of this year, we would love to hear kind of like how this year was for you. Since I'm not going to cry right now, but since you're going to be terming out on us, welcome you to expand a little bit more on what this year has been like for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think with everyone here, we've got to work on some really cool things and projects. Just like this, all the good community events, as well as like we've had some really hard times this year with like incidents like the attempted kidnappings, the hidden cameras. But I think as tragic as they were, we were able to come together and like help, I guess, people like retain their like safety again, which was really nice. And like seeing everyone who's doing work to make people's like lives easier, especially on things like Deltopia, I think is always one of my favorite things, that the collaborations, because everyone has their little thing, and whether it's like that they contribute to that weekend to make it, I guess, better for our community. And it I don't know, it just makes me hopeful for the future, because like obviously I won't be here, but there's clearly everyone else on this call will still be here and like doing the work for the community. So like I know it's left in good hands, I guess, is my biggest thing. But it's been a pleasure working with everyone here.
Thank you, Shannon.
Yeah, I know, I'm kind of sad, but but I guess for May 23rd, if you visit the as.ucsb.edu/2014-memorial website, you can view some more information on like just like how we remember those whose lives were lost, as well as Chancellor Yang's message, what kind of happened, and then a photo, the Ivy Strong photo gallery, and the story of the Love and Remembrance Garden. And then also there will be a reflection at the Ivy Love and Remembrance Garden in People's Park anytime during May 23rd. And we will also be doing the bags with the blue lights around the loop. And I don't know where we are at on the, if those have come in yet, Deanna?
On the which, I'm sorry?
The bags, have they come
Oh,
in?
nope, still waiting for them.
So we're waiting for our bags to come in, but once those come in, we can start distributing them out to community members to decorate or so if you're interested in decorating some bags, let me know. And then also you can, I mean, Student Affairs is here, but you can check out their website, studentlife.sa.ucsb.edu/UCSB remembers to view some more information on the students whose lives were lost in the Ivy Memorial Project. And then the last thing I wanted to add, I know there was the original boards put up in 2014 where students and community members left messages just like about community strength. We are working on finding the copies of those. And I think, I don't know, I'm waiting on a response from Maricela, but hopefully we have those out too, because I think they're really powerful. But that's really all I have. Again, if you want to set a meeting to meet Haley, just let me know.
Thank you so much, Shannon. And I did want to invite Kim and IVRPD, if you all would like to share anything about the May 23rd planning. This is, again, as Shannon said, another great collaboration between so many different entities. And even though it is smaller in scale than other years, it is still such a significant moment for all of us. And I want to thank you all for being so involved in the planning of events. And I would just turn it over to Kim if you'd like to say anything.
Yeah, definitely. Shannon really summarized it well. Thank you for all of that and for all the work that you're doing. The only thing I would add, I think, is that we're going to be adding in information about each of the students who were lost on May 23rd with their pictures at the Remembrance Garden. Some basically information just to make sure that we're really continuing to bring their presence to the community and to those who are kind of new into the community and still learning about the tragedy and so forth. And we'll of course have their pictures out and flowers and so forth. And really, I think that the main focus is around the garden that day and then the online presence and really having a space for people to come together. In addition, I'm reaching out to the families as we do each year and at various points through the year to let them know about how our community continues to remember their kids. And and so just kind of hearing back from them. And just to share with you all, as you all know, every year with the families is a little bit different, and we absolutely leave it to each of the families to participate as they feel best for them each year. So this year there may be some visits, but it is not a coordinated big family event. And that's definitely been an evolution over the years since 2014. And we kind of make it a priority, of course, to continue to respect their needs and wishes each year as it differs for each of them. But that's another piece of that this time of year is, of course, making sure that the families really know and feel how much we are remembering their family members. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Kim. And again, for keeping that institutional memory, that collective memory. As we've always often said, as we get further and further away from that time, as more folks who are here now, were not there during that time, it is just so important to keep that and knowing how important also it is for the families, to know that we continue to hold them and their children in our hearts over the years. So thank you so much for that. I don't know, IVRPD, Luis, if you would like to say anything about the great work that you all are doing in, again, preparing the Love and Remembrance Garden for May 23rd?
Yeah, actually we did on Alumni Weekend for Day of Service. We worked with the Alumni Association. We hosted a volunteer day. We did dot the block, and also we had some of the volunteers do some just some general maintenance and weeding and mulching of the Remembrance Garden. Our ground staff has been working on it, and next week we're going to be doing a full push. And I would love to just extend the invite on the next Friday, May 20th. We are planning on doing an all staff, which includes not just the ground team, but all of our office staff. We'll be doing some hands-on work in the garden, just putting the last final touches from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So if anybody's interested in joining us, I would love to extend the invitation. Again, that's next Friday, May 20th, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can join us, and we'll be in the garden just doing some minor touches. Most likely we'll just be doing laying down some wood chips around some of the plants just to aesthetically make it look a little nicer, because the grounds crew is doing all the heavy lifting early in the week, but we'll just come in at the end and possibly do some, I know the benches have been sanded, so they're going to be stained next week. So they'll be looking nice and fresh over the weekend for May 23rd.
That is so special. Thank you so much, Luis. I can't wait. So again, as a reminder to everyone, May 23rd, anytime during the day that you would like to come by the Love and Remembrance Garden, we will have the pictures, the candles, flowers up there. We'll have the lanterns. And those lanterns are paper and they fly. So if you see any birds with those lanterns in the air, please help us bring them back. But thank you all so much for that. And we will have some more information out over this next week with additional details again to the links so that you can see the websites with May 23rd information, as well as the information for the actual in-person on that day. If there are any questions about May 23rd and or questions to Shannon about the AS report, would welcome that. Okay. Wonderful. Then Shannon, thank you again for your time. I see that there are posts on the chat. Of course, thanking you, Shannon. Also, Lisa Oglesby, thanking everyone who came by for the anniversary party at the food co-op. And then thanks to IVRBD for their work on the garden. So lots of thanks going around in the chat. Thank you all. Next on the agenda, let me see, where are we at? Oh. We are moving on to Ivy Recreation and Park District. Luis, would you like to take it away?
Yep. Yeah, once again, Luis Valero, Assistant General Manager, Recreation and Park District. Just want to remind everybody, tonight we do have our monthly board meeting at 5:30 p.m. You can find the Zoom link on our website, ivparks.org. We'll be having a presentation for the about the recreation master plan, the county recreation master plan. So if you're interested in learning about that, we'll be having a presentation through the contractor that the county is working with to develop that recreation master plan. We'll also have a presentation from Pacific Coast Land Design, which is the landscape architect firm that we're working with to do some community outreach and some concept designs for Greek Park in hopes of doing a renovation over the next year, hopefully. And then also we'll be having a very fun discussion. The Isla Vista Rec and Park District turns 50 on Halloween, October 31st, 2022. So we are going to begin our planning for that week. Of course, this past Halloween, we did a haunted pumpkin patch. And so we're looking to kind of expand on that. So please join the meeting. We'd love to hear ideas. It's pretty much going to be a brainstorming topic, so it should be a real fun topic. But we're really excited to turn 50 and to celebrate it, especially after, again, big thank you to the Isla Vista Food Co-op for inviting us to participate in their 50th anniversary. So we're both turning 50 this year together. We're neighbors. We turned 50 together. And so we got really inspired that weekend 2 weeks ago at that anniversary celebration. And so we're really looking forward to that topic tonight. A couple of other announcements. Anna Square Park, if you've been walking through, it is officially open. All sections of the park are open as of April 22nd, so there is no more fencing along Anna Square Park. And that also includes People's Park, which has been fenced off for almost a year, but on April 30th, Marburg came in and removed all of the fencing. So People's Park has been open, and that will continue. We've had some questions as far as what are the plans for People's Park. We are currently have a lot of projects on our docket. Greek Park is kind of our main focus at the moment. We hope to conclude that process at the end of June, and we'll kind of turn our attentions by that point in the summer to People's Park and really get an idea of what we're going to do. There is a lot of general maintenance that needs to be done to People's Park, and we are aware of that. But we will address that in the next three to 4 months. We'll begin to develop some plans to kind of renovate it. And by the time the new school year comes, People's Park should be back up in its previous pre-COVID condition that it once was in. Yeah, again, just a big thank you to Environmental Affairs Board for Earth Day. Last month, that was a huge success. It was great. Thank you to everyone who came out the table. Thank you to Environmental Affairs Board for collaborating with us. Our spring concert series was a huge success. We had over 1,400 people come over the months to the events. We've so far this year through 21-22 have hosted 17 events and had over 5,000 people attend the events. We're really excited for what the new year comes, the new fiscal year, and what 22-23 holds for the Park District and community events. And we look to possibly increase that number of events and the scope for the following school year. We're already beginning planning for the summer concert series, which kind of was one of our first events that we did this year. So that'll be happening in August. We'll run from August through the end of September, going into the fall quarter. I do also want to thank Life of the Party, which hosted a movie screening of Ride on the Last Dragon a couple weeks ago in Anascoyo Park, and we'll be also collaborating with them again this month, May 26th at 9 p.m. We'll be hosting another movie, Life of the Party. So thank you to them for continuing to use our amphitheater and activate that space. During the concert series, for those of you who attended, we had live muralists on site that painted a mural from beginning to end during the duration of the concert. Those murals are currently being stored at the Lath House in Estero Park, but we will be installing them on the week of June 6th. And we'll be doing an unveiling in Cool Corner, which is where they will be permanently installed on June 10th. It'll be in collaboration with the Arts Fund of Santa Barbara. We're inviting all the muralists to come back out again. We'll have some music and some snacks, and we'll make Cool Corner cool again with some brand new mural art. We have 3 panels. Two of the murals are 8 by 8, and then another one is 8 by 16. So they're all pretty large scale, and they're all done by local muralists. And so we're really excited to unveil those. For those of you who maybe didn't get to see the finished product at the concert series or just didn't get to see them at all, we'll be unveiling those on June 10th. Another really exciting thing, April 27th, we finished the installation of 8 brand new water bottle refill drinking fountain stations. Sorry, it's a mouthful. They're scattered around IV at 8 different parks. That is Trigo Posado, Sea Lookout, Pescadero Park, Estero Park, Anascoyo, Children's, the Sueño Dog Park, and Tierra de Fortuna. All the fountains have a bottle refill station and a drinking fountain. The Sea Lookout fountain and the Sueño Dog Park fountain have dog bowls, since those are both off-leash parks for dogs. So if you have a dog or a pet and you're looking for some water, we got some really nice, shiny, brand new fountains. And we'll be doing, we're planning on doing a ribbon cutting ceremony for the fountains on May 25th. We'll share more of those details with the Ivcn email account once we have those finalized. But May 25th, save the date, is out. That's when we'll have a ribbon cutting ceremony, and we're planning on handing out some refillable water bottles for people to hand out to people to use at the water bottle stations. We are planning on hosting next Saturday. As I mentioned earlier, Greek Park, we've been doing over the last month an online survey to get community feedback on what a potential renovation of Greek Park would look like. Thank you for everyone who's taken the survey. We had over 150 responses. It's been very insightful. Next Saturday, May 21st, from 10 to 1, we'll be on site at Greek Park with some of the concept designs and getting some more feedback. We're also working with our landscape architect to do some 3D modeling, so people will be able to do a screenshot of the QR code and actually see how, put yourself in a renovated Greek Park. So you'll be able to use your phone and see like how the park would look like through the various different, the 2 different concept designs that we'll have available next week. So if you want to do some of this 3D type, tours of the park, of a future Greek Park, invite you to come out. We're really excited for Greek Park. We've had a lot of support from residents and students on this initiative to renovate Greek Park, and we're excited for that. Speaking of renovations, Pardal Gardens has been fenced off and is currently closed because we will begin shortly begin to do some on-site work in preparation of the full renovation of Pardal Gardens. We will be posting up a timeline on that green fencing, and also we'll be posting up the concept design that was approved by the board back in December of 2021. So starting to make some movement on Pardal Gardens. So we'll have a brand new park. That project is scheduled to be completed in the summer of 2023. Going down my list, just want to thank everyone. Adopt a Block has been a huge success. We have, since the beginning of the school of 2022, the Adopt a Block has been back open. We recently, back in April, had 2 Adopt a Block assistants hired and onboarded. Layla and Ashley, both UCSB students, have been amazing. Since April to date, we've picked up over 8,000 pounds of trash. We've had over 400 volunteers come through the program. So again, for those of you who are interested in joining, Fridays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., we have drop-in hours. And on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., we also have drop-in hours. And if you would like to make a reservation for a different date and time, you can just email cleaniv@ivparks.org. And we're taking those reservations till the end of the school year. We are currently, last Saturday, we hosted a Park Stewardship Day where we had volunteers from Eco Vista, Edible Campus, and other organizations come out to Estero Park and work on the food forest. We also took care of some graffiti abatement at Estero Park, did some weeding at along the bike path. So Estero Park is looking really sharp. We're repainting the benches out there. It's looking brand new, as if it was 2011 again when the park was completed. And we are, just a quick announcement on hiring. We are currently recruiting for 2 full-time grounds maintenance employees. So if anyone knows anybody that might be interested, they can visit ivparks.org and click on the employment tab. But we are currently, for the next month, we'll be doing recruiting for 2 full-time grounds workers at the Park District. And that was a lot, but if anyone has any questions, happy to answer.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Luis. That is a lot of goodness going on over at IVRPD. Thank you so much. Are there any questions for Luis? Great. Thank you so much, Luis. Look forward to getting that info so that we can forward it on to the network. Just as a reminder, if you do want to share anything with the network, if you would please send it to my email directly, not to the Ivcn email, because I don't check that email very often. So my work email is dianap@as.ucsb.edu. Thank you. So then moving on to the IVCSD. Spencer, are you ready to take that mic?
I am. Thank you so much, Deanna. I'm going to try and keep my report brief because we have Maya on, who's going to do a spotlight on some of the cool things that are going on in the community center later. But I wanted to give a couple of updates. So the first is that the district is going through its budget process right now. And the way that that works is that we have hearings where we evaluate each of the programs that we have and try to make adjustments or service level enhancements or adjustments based on feedback that we get. And so far we have done program reviews for the Ivy Compost Collective, the Community Festival, the Community Garden, and Isla Vista Beautiful. And future programs that are going to be reviewed include parking, both the budget for that and the request for the responses to the request for proposals that we put out to select a vendor. And then in addition to that, we're encouraging folks to fill out our budget priorities survey, which is still open. I'll put the link in the chat to that, but that feedback is really helpful for our board as we look at making decisions. Another important update is we're hosting the Isla Vista Mobility Plan Workshop on Wednesday, May 25th. That's going to be at the Isla Vista Community Center from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And I'm going to put that the flyer for that in the chat in just a moment. But this meeting is really with the intention of getting groups of people together to have group conversations about how they get around in Isla Vista and to talk about all different forms of mobility, whether that's parking, sidewalks, bike lanes, buses, scooters, everything. And really to help expand on our outreach efforts to figure out how we can improve the way that people get around in Isla Vista, and can we do that in a way that's environmentally sustainable. So with that, I'll also add that event's going to have Spanish and Mandarin interpretation, as well as ASL interpretation, and there will be childcare and dinner provided. And the perk is that there will be 4 different raffle prizes, including a bicycle, a North Face backpack, a hydro flask, and a skateboard. So really keeping with the transportation theme there with our prizes. So I'll put the flyer for that in the chat right now. And I think another thing to add is Supervisor Hart gave a great report about the Isla Vista SAFE meeting that happened on this past Tuesday. We were really excited that happened in Isla Vista. It was the first time that we got to bring everyone out here to the community center to talk. And the only thing that I really just want to echo his report, that the biggest takeaway that I had from that meeting is that there is an effort and dialogue underway to try to get more accountability from local property owners to address a variety of different safety issues. And one of the things that I certainly hope in the future that I'd love to work with many of you who have roles in keeping our community safe is trying to get more seats at the table in a group like that to try to make it more representative of folks who are doing work here in Isla Vista. So I just wanted to share that. And I think that is the end of my report. I know I'm super looking forward to everything that Maya has to share, because there is just so much good stuff going on in the community center right now. The space has been transformed, and there is just such a wide variety of programming that's available to all residents, whether you're a college student or you are a K-12 student or a family or not, just someone who's affiliated with Isla Vista. So yeah, that's the end of my report.
That is great. Thank you again, Spencer. Such a great and full report too. Great things happening. I did actually have a question, maybe actually for Greg, but perhaps for both of you, in follow up to that conversation about the property owners. I know, Greg, that you mentioned the conversations around the balcony and roof safety. I'm wondering if there's also conversation about the cliff safety. And I remember, and my memory is a little bit fuzzy right now, from a couple of years ago, we had a discussion about having on one of the county websites information about vulnerable properties along Isla Vista, so that we could kind of see which were any of the buildings that were kind of more at risk of having the cliff erode, and that would also enable us to do some more outreach, as we like to do, going door to door, making sure people are aware of those risks. Would you happen to know if there's either conversations more about that with property owners, or if that information is being provided in a publicly accessible way?
Yes, I know we spoke just this week with the director of the Planning and Development Department for the County of Santa Barbara about the fences and the recent tragedy. And her staff is again sort of dusting off that work. They had previously attempted to work with the Coastal Commission about the possibility of changing the ordinances regarding the fence height along the bluffs. And they're going to renew those conversations with the Coastal Commission staff, see if there's any opportunity to make some progress. And historically in the past, that has been a challenge. The Coastal Commission has some concerns about the fence height. And then in addition to that, planning has been doing site inspections on the bluff properties and looking particularly at those properties that are dangerously close to the bluff edge. The bluff's eroded in a number of spots. And so they are actively working with the property owners on those locations. And I don't recall off the top of my head, maybe Chris or Spencer know, I think they were trying to develop some sort of a database that would show and be transparent to the public, those properties, but I can't recall the status of that just off the top of my head. We can look into that though and get back to you.
Thank you so much. That would be really, really helpful, just again, to inform us and to help us do our outreach and education efforts even better with the community. Perfect. Luis, you have your hand up.
Hi, everybody. This is Kimberly. I'm sorry to be a little late to the show. I just wanted to add in, hi Supervisor, and I'm sorry I missed all the updates, but I just wanted to add in that we updated the IV Safety Task Force on some of the work that we've been doing on our properties. In March, our board directed us to work with a consulting firm called Cotton and Shires to come and do an assessment as we look at the Blufftop properties to ensure that we're planning for the future. And also keeping safety in mind. So we'd be happy to be helpful in any of those conversations or come back maybe at the next board meeting or excuse me, the community meeting and give an update. I know that our board will probably be updated sometime this summer, but we are certainly concerned and active, and it's really horrible to hear about this tragedy. So just wanted to add in our update. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Kimberly, and welcome. So then am I hearing that that would be a good addition for an agenda item, perhaps an update at the next Ivcn meeting on the bluff safety?
Deanna, it's Kirsten. At the Ivy Safe meeting, this may have already been said, but the person who was going to give an update is Jeff Wilson at Planning and Development, County Planning and Development. And I asked them if they could give us an update on how many properties are at the 15 level, the 10-foot level, the 15-foot level, and the 20-foot level. So I think that he might be the appropriate person to give that update.
Wonderful.
But I'll defer to Chris and Greg on that.
Yeah, we can follow up with Jeff and have him also present to this body as well.
That would be excellent. Thank you so much. I did want to just note that one of the things that we had noticed years ago, we'd had the opportunity through the Isla Vista Tenants Union to meet with the county building department about the policy in terms of the property and the distance from the bluffs. And one of the things that we had noticed back then was that when we had the major bluff collapse, the 7 feet or 14 feet, I forget now how much it was. One of the significant issues there was that the tenants were actually not notified of the kind of imminence of the bluff collapse. It was only the landlord at that time, even though I do believe that the policy had a piece in there about notifying the tenants, but it just had not been something that had been actualized. So I just want to put that plug in there for the importance of tenant education in the midst of whatever is the information that's being provided to the rest of the property owners. So thank you so much for that update. One question for you, Spencer. You previously had mentioned some work on the IV master plan. Is that progressing, or is that on your radar as IVCSD?
Great question. So we did have an item on a board agenda earlier this year. I want to say that it was in January or February, but at that time the board voted to sort of pause the moving forward. We were going to float an RFP to hire a planning consultant to help us work both to analyze the existing conditions in Isla Vista and also work to find a path forward towards trying to get a Isla Vista specific plan approved. And at the time, the board voted to pause that effort, really to focus more efforts on our RFP in regards to transportation and parking. And so that RFP is going to be coming to the board at a future meeting. I believe that it's scheduled for the next one. I'm not on the parking committee. I think we've got 2 board members here who might know the date a little bit better on that.
Great.
Yeah, Jay's here as well, but I think it is the May 24th meeting, the next meeting.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Great. So if there are any questions for the IVCSD. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Spencer, and everybody else for that great update as well. I don't see anybody here from law enforcement, so I think we will not have that update today, but then we're going to move on to the spotlights. So as we've mentioned, the first spotlight that we'll be doing is with the Isla Vista Community Center. And so I will hand that over to you, Maya.
Hello, thank you so much for the spotlight. I am beyond excited to share with all of you all of the great things that have been happening, a little look into the community center and what it's looking like. I prepared a little presentation. Can I share my screen? Is that?
Of course. I don't think I have permissions. I think either Jay or Jonathan do. Let me see.
Oh, I got it. I had it already. Okay, let me present. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so today I'm just going to be giving you a little update about the Isla Vista Community Services District Community Spaces. If you didn't know already, my name is Maya. I introduced myself earlier. So a little overview of what I'm going to go over today. I'm going to give you a look into our updated spaces, what they're looking like, how they've been renovated, and then I'm going to give you an overview of our weekly events, things that are going on every week at the community center. Then I'm going to walk you through how you can submit an event. I'm going to take you step by step just to try to remove any barriers and, get more community events going on. I'd love to see everyone here have an event at the community center. I'll then walk you through some of the upcoming events we have in the upcoming weeks, and then I'll open the floor up for what do you think is missing and how can we improve the space to make it even more inclusive and accessible to the community. So first things first, I took 2 little videos of the community center and community room if you haven't seen them lately. So you walk in, we have some new shelves put up with some plants, a little tea and water station, always open to the community. We have a lot more plants to help with the echo in the building, an office space, which also can be opened up for kind of like a welcome area. We've got some bolsters that CAPS is letting us borrow for our yoga on Mondays. We have a little lobby area. I'm really happy with how the community center is coming together. Everyone that's used this space has really enjoyed it, which makes me very happy. Soon we will also be installing, and by soon I mean this Saturday, we will be installing a 20 by 5 foot art wall on this main wall here in between these trees, which we will soon be having open for a rotating art gallery open to local Ivy artists. So that's something to look forward to, but that's a little look at what the space is looking like. And then for the Isla Vista Community Room, a lot of this is pretty similar to how it's always been, just some organization. And if you haven't seen it before, this is what it looks like. It's great for smaller groups, workshops, and also board meetings. We have hosted board meetings there for both IVCSD and IVRPD. So yeah, this is really what it looks like on the outside. There are some old like mural paintings that I found from I think 2014 that we like to keep the integrity. There's a kitchen, a projector, tables, chairs, and also a little kids book reading area in the corner over there. So that's what that looks like. A little overview of what we do every week at the community center. We have free yoga on Mondays. The library book van comes Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and I'll show you how to see the times for everything soon. Also, we have a taco night with Rogers Tacos. They're pretty sporadic, so I would say, keep up with our Instagram and also our community calendar because we will always post when we have them on both of those venues. We also have salsa and bachata dance classes 1 to 2 times a week. We have jam sessions and open mic nights every single Friday put on by the UCSB Sound Society. And then we also have free computer literacy classes. These are great if there's anyone having a question with any sort of technology. Bring it to this class and we have someone that will be going over that with you one by one and really help you figure out some of the nuances of technology that can be kind of confusing sometimes. So that's an overview of some of our weekly events, always free.
Oops, it looks like Maya might have frozen on us.
Photo right here on the left is from our Made and Found Market, which was put on by Sage. She puts them on all over Isla Vista. We had the opportunity to have her in the community center, which was great. This is a photo from the open mic night put on by the Sound Society. They always have great photos, and if anyone's interested on seeing more, I would love to share them with you. Something that is not on here is we just recently had a live flamenco dance and music performance from 2 artists that tour around the country and one of them was actually from Spain, and it was absolutely incredible. I would say, please, check into our Instagram. I will be posting some highlights of that soon. It was amazing. I went last night, and it was really a great cultural experience. So now I'm going to walk you through how can you submit an event. So right here, I'm on the Isla Vista CSD webpage. So basically you go to the top right corner, go ahead and click on community calendar. This is all of the events in Isla Vista. Our community engagement officer, Sydney, does a really great job of keeping this really updated. But specifically for the community center and community room, I made like this little PowerPoint when I first got hired that really just walks you through step by step everything that you need to know before making your reservation. So it's a great place to look if you have questions, to get a little background. And just to know like how far in advance to make your reservation, things like that. Then to look at what's going on in the community center, go ahead and click this drop-down menu, and I like to select the community center, the community room, and then Isla Vista Community Center room. It's important to select all three of these because the community center room is both the community center and the room being reserved at the same time, which does happen sometimes for very large events. So go ahead and filter that, and then you can see which room has space when, which is really important when making your reservation so that you don't, double stack and things like that, and just making sure that it's available. So you can kind of take a look at everything going on. Also just fun to know what's happening. This little bar at the bottom here, which you can kind of pause and see, it shows you what kind of event it is. If it's a closed event only for that organization, if it's open to the community, if it's a workshop. So that's also really helpful just to see what to know. Then you go over, scrolling up to the top, you click on submit an event. And this is how you suggest an event that you would like to see on the calendar. And also if you want to choose one of the spaces, you can go ahead and put your full name. I used Sally as an example. Go ahead and put your email address. This is how I get in contact with you. So it's very important. I also really encourage you to put what organization you're working with. That also just helps me get a little background on who's asking to use the space and the kind of the nature of the event. Then if you have any questions about your event, you can write it in this note to calendar administrator so that I can see it and respond back to you in an email. Then go ahead and put your event title. I always encourage people to include their organization name in the event title, just to make sure that everyone who's looking at the calendar knows who's doing the event and it's very specific. Then you can select if it's an open community event, or we can talk one-on-one on if it's a closed. You can select your time, the frequency. Make sure this description box is very detailed because this is forward-facing to everyone who sees the calendar. You can include a flyer, maybe a link to sign up. So that's always very helpful. And then after that, you're just going to go ahead and put in the actual location. So you can put the center, you can put the room, you can put both, and then just a contact. So once you send in the suggestion, I will get back to you with an email, either, going over any questions you have, telling you about what kind of accommodations we offer, and then moving forward with paperwork and things like that. So you have a great event. So that is how you submit an event. I'm always open for questions if any of that was unclear. I have my email in the end of this presentation. Upcoming events. So we have an open mic and jam session this Friday, 6 to 9 p.m., just like every Friday. I really encourage you to come check this out. It is with the UCSB Sound Society. They have drums, guitars. You can do poetry, music, anything that your heart desires. Really great event. We also have a CPR certification with Red Cross this Saturday, 1 to 4 p.m. We have free yoga on Monday, just like every Monday. We have one class at 9:15 a.m. and then one class at 8 p.m. We have the book van that comes Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Go ahead and check the community calendar for what times. We have our Cuban salsa and bachata classes. Those are Tuesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. We also have a social dance coming up. So if you've been coming to our salsa and bachata classes, or maybe you haven't, but you want to check out what the style is like, I highly encourage you to check out this event. It is on May 20th from 8:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. It'll be a celebration of music and food and dance. So I'm very much looking forward to that. That'll be our first social dance of the year. Then on May 21st, we have the SBCC chess tournament. This they are using both the center and the room for, and they encourage people to come stop by and check it out. They have, I think, around 45 people in the tournament, switching around one-on-one. I think that that's a really cool event. I would highly recommend checking out. As you already heard, we have the Ivcn Mobility Plan Workshop on May 25th from 6 to 7:30. I won't go into detail. Spencer already gave great background. Sydney's been working really hard on this, and I encourage everybody to come. Then on May 28th, which is Labor Day weekend, we have the Word Stock Festival with Word Magazine and also Community Mural Paint Day. So yes, this will be a festival with lots of arts and crafts that you can come check out, see what Word Magazine is up to. And then simultaneously, we will be working with the Thriving Initiative, which is a local nonprofit that focuses on providing community building and coping skills for survivors of interpersonal violence. They've been doing a confidential art workshop all quarter to plan for this mural and really give survivors a chance to create this really beautiful design as an ally for community members. But the Community Mural Paint Day is open to anybody, and anyone is welcome to come help us paint this mural on the side of the community center. We have a muralist that will be there that will be helping orchestrate everything. And in addition to the structured mural, we will also be having some free paint spaces. So if you want to paint something, there will be little squares and you can add your touch to the Isla Vista Community Center. And then the last thing I will mention, which is on the first week of June, we have Shakespeare in the Park, which is not always Shakespeare and not always in the park, presenting Hamlet's Big Adventure Showcase. I'm really excited. I think this is the first time they've ever done it at the community center. They've been prepping with me the past month, and they are very excited to showcase all of their hard work. So I highly recommend checking that out as well. If you are free, check out the times on the community calendar if you are interested. So yeah, I just talked a lot, but that is all of our upcoming events just in the next couple of weeks, but we have things going on all through the summer and there'll be even more coming in the fall. And so now I'm just gonna kind of open it up to conclude my presentation. I'm gonna ask everyone in this group, what do you think is missing? Our big goal for the community center is that is for Isla Vista by Isla Vista. So I really wanna make sure that programming addresses all of the different needs in Isla Vista. We've been doing culture nights. We have closed events for different organizations on campus, but I would love to hear your input when you look at the calendar. I also want to say, please drop your email in the chat if you're interested for community center updates. I've been putting together a little bit of an email list to formally invite people to events I think that they would enjoy and that cater to your organization. We make up this community, so I would love to hear your thoughts. I also put my email here in the bottom, so if you have any questions or you want to coordinate anything with me, I'm very responsive on my email and I would be happy to help. But that is all that I have. I'm going to stop sharing and open it up for any suggestions and conversation. I see Jackie's raising her hand, so I am going to.
Great. Thanks. Wow, that's very exciting. Thank you for that overview and all the wonderful things coming up. So 2 questions. One, can you just kind of quickly remind me of the capacity of both the meeting room and the community center, the big room?
Yes, of course. I can give you some very good estimates off the top of my head. So the community room, I would recommend a maximum of about 40 people. I think any more than that, it would be pretty crammed. So I like to kind of keep that on the smaller side. As far as the community center, I would say as a much larger capacity is a very large space. I would say that it is about 200.
And in the community meeting room, is there, there's a screen and is there ability to do presentations on the screen, that kind of thing? Do we need to bring anything in or is it already there?
Yeah, so for the community room, there is a little pull down screen and I do have a projector available for use. I will say if you're playing any videos on the projector to have some sort of alternative sound system because the projector does not play audio.
Gotcha. Okay. And thank you. And the last question, so my program oversees a couple of peer groups like the Party and Gauchos for Recovery. And we're often looking for places to partner on events. So how, even things that are already on the calendar, are those things that we could partner with you on to be able to put it out on our social media and also provide, hand out safety information, do a little tabling before an event? Is that possible?
Yes, of course. I actually very much encourage that. I encourage a lot of cross collaboration. For example, the Word and Community mural painting, they weren't initially, they didn't plan to collaborate, but I kind of connected these two organizations and really worked together with both of them to see how we can, amplify both of those resources. So
Okay.
I'm very open to working with you. I will connect you with whoever's running the event and we can set up a meeting with all three of us and
Great.
really try to make that happen.
That's great. Thanks. Thanks very much, Maya.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Mia. We have one more item on the agenda, so we're going to just have to kind of move on to the next, but encourage everybody to give any feedback to Mia through the email that she provided, or also, I'm sure, through other means of contact. Thank you so much, Mia, for that spotlight on the community center. I did want to make sure we have time for Viviana to do the give sale update. So Viviana, I will turn it over to you.
Yes. Hi, everybody. First of all, I want to say the amazing work that Maya is doing in that community center. The decoration, the amount of events, she goes above and beyond. One of my class groups was trying to find the place, find a date there, and she kept trying to find possibilities. So it's fabulous, So since we are running out of time, going to ask the people, I feel that everybody here knows what the gift sale is. So unless somebody raises their hand, I'm not going to say much about the sale because I don't want to keep you late. But that's basically the huge ramage sale that we have in Isla Vista. During move out, it has existed for 32 years, now 30 really, because we didn't have it for 2 years. So we work with housing, all the students living, donate everything they don't want to take home. We take over Embarcadero Hall, everybody drops off their donations. I work with 15 paid staff and 200 volunteers every year, where we receive, weigh, sort, clean, test, price, display, sell, and whatever we don't sell, we donate to the Goodwill. My big worry, and 100% of the proceeds go to Isla Vista nonprofits, like IV Recreation and Park District, IV, the St. George Youth Center, IVYP, IV Elementary. And it's really a community project. I have to raise thousands of dollars to put on this event because then 100% of the proceeds go to the community. Just a few statistics. We receive between 40 and 50 tons of donated goods. We donate 2,000 pounds to the food bank in AS. We recycle everything that we can. We work maybe between the paid staff and the volunteers, 3,500 hours in 12 days. So it's super intense. And we raise between $25,000 and $45,000, depending how successful we are. My big worry this year, I'm putting our webpage on the chat. We just launched a new webpage. So you have a couple of videos there and some things to get an idea about the sale. My huge worry this year is, after not having the sale from 2019, are we going to get volunteers? Are we going to get shoppers? I'm not that worried about the shoppers. I'm super worried about the volunteers, because I cannot control the amount of donations we can get. If we get 40 pounds again of donations and I only have 50 volunteers, we are going to be in deep trouble. But I have to say, everybody from the community is trying to come out and help. I have a super fabulous meeting with the IVCSD on Tuesday. Maya, Carly, Sydney, and Jonathan were there. They proposed some ideas. Some we are already doing, some we are not. But I'm super excited about this collaboration. One example, and I'm going to shut up in case people have questions, but managing the food donations is crazy, because we have to actually go through every item, make sure that it's not open, that it's not expired, sort it out for the AS Food Bank. The rest goes to Food Not Bombs and other organizations. And the last year it was we didn't even have room for that. People were tripping over the food, but Carly with Food on Wheels has offered to take over that chore for us, you know? So they have reserved a room in the building, you know, in the IVCSD building. They're going to take off the food, sort it for the food bank and sort it for, and the rest for Food Not Bombs. And really, it will take hours out of this project. So I'm going to stop there in case people have questions. Oh, my big ask, I'm going to be sending all of you emails asking for volunteers, shoppers, you know, and everything. I have publicity in English and Spanish. So for you, it would be basically to forward whatever I send you, because I'm worried about this year. Questions, suggestions?
That is so great, Viviana, and more than happy to send it along to our Community Affairs Board and the volunteers to see if we can get some more folks coming from that direction.
Yeah, it's a tough time of the year, you know, because we move there the Wednesday of finals week. And then, so June 8th, we move there. The sale is the weekend after commencement, 18th and 19th, and we move out on June 20th. So basically, the bulk of this happens during final week and the break between spring quarter and summer school. So the students are not there, but any help, we give community service hours. The honors program generally sends students who have to do community service hours. I work with the Greek community, anything. Oh yeah, food co-op, thank you. I have a colleague who works with the Rotary, and she has offered to have the Rotary Club come and help. So anything you could think about will help.
I think we ought to create a program where landlords who let people on their roofs have to volunteer at Give Day. Do you think you can make that happen?
Kirsten, you are in charge of that aspect.
Great.
There was at least one landlord in recent memory who was convicted of a crime and required to do community service. And I really wish it would have been at the Give sale.
Oh, yeah. Sorting the underwear.
I just wanted to say, Vivi, thank you so much for all the work that you do in putting this together. This is not only a super important event in terms of helping support our local nonprofits, but it helps keep Isla Vista clean, and it helps reduce a lot of the waste that otherwise would go to our landfill. So just thank you so much. I'm super excited to be there and help in any way possible. And I know we're going to do what we can to try and help with the volunteers as well.
Thank you.
And Viviana, I'm noticing too, as you said, the schedule being that it's happening during finals and post-finals, what a strong push then, right, for it to be the Isla Vista community and the UCSB community. And I don't know if you're going to be kind of making a big push on campus for staff and faculty to also help.
You know, the last year we did it in 2019, I did a contest that the department that came and volunteered the most hours would get a lunch for 6 in an IB restaurant, because I think we are helping the businesses. And so the RCSGD came and Career Center came, and we gave the prize to both of them. So, yeah.
Very nice.
We will.
We'll certainly help and push the word out to all of our AS staff as well to see if we can get maybe a whole group of us to show up during those days. It is an amazing service that you're providing for the community.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Are there any questions then for Viviana? Wonderful. Then thank you so much for that spotlight. Also seeing from Bella that IVCRC might be able to help as well. So we will get you.
Yeah, and I have to say that IVCRC is one of the sponsors. So if you go to our webpage, you will see who benefits and who sponsors, and IVCRC has every year, you know, and this year they were phenomenal. I asked for an enormous amount of money and they gave me every single penny that I asked for. Same as CAP, Finance Board.
OAS, woo!
Hey, Viv, is there a way to sponsor with, I mean, can sponsorship take forms other than financial? In terms of maybe volunteers or promotion or social media? Can we help in other ways if we can't give you money?
No, I'm not asking for money.
Oh, okay.
I already got the money. I have to raise $60,000 this year.
Oh.
And I'm very close. And
Okay.
I think, you know, I'm waiting for 2 other sponsors to answer. If they say yes, I'm set with that. It's more like with everything else that you mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
One place I would just recommend, and I can help connect you, is with the Isla Vista Coalition for Healthy Communities, 805.
Oh, yeah.
Based out of the St. George Family Center.
Yeah, because St. George is one of the beneficiaries.
Right. Yeah.
You know, they get money. And because of the new leadership, they are not familiar with the sale. You know?
Good. So I'll connect you up with Raul. Okay.
Well, I sent already an email with Raul to meet with him and the executive director.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ideas like that super help me, because then I will have a master, you know, like a list, and with one click I can communicate with all of you.
Great. And I think also to Kirsten's point about property owners, I know in the past there's been the plug to the property owners,
yes,
quarterly meetings, but also like, you know, I think we should all like them to put up either some money or some volunteers to help in this effort. So I don't know if there's a way to.
I don't want to delay the meeting, but I used to present there, and one year they complained about the bed bugs and the couches, so I'm fumigating them, and so I raise money with them, but they don't respond, and I only need $1,600 to, you know. The ones that actually donate are the people who have only one house and that they rent out. It's amazing.
Wow. Well, if there's any way that we can help put pressure also on them, you know, happy to do so.
Thank you.
So we have gotten to 1 o'clock. And so this has been a great meeting. Lots of amazing work, amazing information. Want to really thank you all. Remind you to please sign up for a spotlight. If you have anything you would like to add to the agenda, in addition to whatever our standing agenda items are, please just send me a note. Always a call for anybody else who wants to be the co-chair with me of the Ivy Community Network. I would love to have a partner in all this goodness. But with that, thank you all so much. Have a great rest of May, and we will see you all in June. Thank you,
everybody. Thank you.
Bye.